He was letting me know that the knives would be coming my way. He actually called me, and I had sent him an email, had a question about something, and he thought it'd be easier to call me to answer my question, and he gave me a lot of information and a contact to follow up on if I wanted to. So just wanted to say thanks to Brad, and I thought it'd be nice for Brad and for Peter's Heat Treat that I do a little recognition or thank you vid, as well as the for the YouTubers, to show you what knives look like after they come back from heat treat. So I'm going to open the box. I'm going to stop the recording and then open the box and start recording again. Okay, so I've opened the box, and I knew that I did a pretty good job with the box. I double lined the box because if you look at the Peter's Heat Treat website, it says that the knives will cut themselves out of the box, so I was kind of concerned about that. So I used two boxes, one inside the other, glued them together. I knew I'd have a hard time taking or opening this box up. So I've got an invoice here. I didn't look at it yet, and these knives are wrapped up nicely. Definitely they took some care to make sure that they didn't cut themselves out of the box. And I think I'm going to have to stop recording again. Sorry about that, guys. I need to get myself a tripod or something. Okay, so I've removed the cardboard and the tape and all that stuffing in there that they used to carefully ship the blades back to me. And they also provided me an invoice stating that the knives were heat treated and received a expected, I guess it's an expected, Rockwell hardness of 58 to 60 for the 440C blades and a 59 to 61 for the 3V blades. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Definitely a reasonable price, quick turnaround time. And now off to my blades. So I'm holding the camera with one hand and these blades with the other, and you can see how the blades do come back discolored, if you will. I think this is referred to as scale, and it just requires a little bit of touch up with the grinder, with the belt sander. And I gotta put the camera down again. I need a tripod. This is not working too well. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm back. I've unwrapped the knives and laid them out. And what I've noticed is, of course, they've discolored. That the ones that were 3V have taken on something of a reddish color, a burgundy color. I'm not too sure if it's showing up on the camera. These are my 3V blades. And the 44C, and I believe they were all processed together because of the type of steel they are. The 440C have a little bit of a yellow color to it. That's pretty interesting. On all the blades I had I had written with a Sharpie marker what type of steel they were. And that ink comes off. So just something to keep in mind if you're going to send your knives to Peter's Heat Treat or to any heat treating processing company, that you might need to scribe your the steel type, maybe on the tang or some hidden area which you're going to grind off later, because you're going to lose it. Or maybe take a photograph of the knives like I did. Take a photograph of them before they're sent to heat treat, so then you look at your photograph, you can take a look at you know, recover the whatever steel that you used. Just reminds you of the steel. Also, you can see, let's see if I can zoom in, that on some of the pieces there's an actual cleaned up spot and a dent, if you will, and a little mark here, and that's caused by the hardness tester. There's a diamond tip, and it measures how much, I guess, how much force it takes to dent the steel, I guess, something along those lines, and then that's converted to some sort of Rockwell hardness gauge, and that's how Peter, or at least this heat treater, determines how hard the blades are, and quite a few of them have gone through this test. That's pretty cool. He's not just testing one or two. There's quite a few of them that he's testing, and he's picking obviously the best spot on the knife, not the actual blade, but some place where it's hidden, which would be, you know, the tang. So that's pretty cool. All the blades I sent him were straight. None of them were damaged or bent. And by quick inspection, they all look very good. They're all pretty straight, perhaps as straight as they were when I first sent them out. I'm just checking now. And on a few of them, although I wasn't supposed to, on a few of them by mistake, were sent to Peter's heat treat with a sharper than .02 inch edge. The concern there, if you have a long blade and it's very thin, that you're going to get warping. So I'm trying to find the thinnest one. That's pretty thick. And if you send it thicker than you have to, that's probably better. It just needs more grinding for you after they come back. And when they come back, they're pretty whatchamacallit, the steel is harder, so it's harder to work with. So I think this one was one where I accidentally had some areas that were too thin, and they look good. Of course, it's only a small area anyway. I think if it was a very long blade with a sharp edge, then you get more of the warping or maybe even stress cracking. These look pretty good. Dirty, but pretty good. Can't wait to get started on these projects. I know my dad is pretty interested, since he's going to get most of these knives. So, hey Dad, by the way, I made a couple holes here just to lighten up the blade. You won't see that after I put a handle on it, though. This looks like a pretty wicked one. This one's one my son designed. Little small handle, fits his hand. Unfortunately, I'm not going to let him use it until he gets older, but he understands. He's kind of young to play with knives or have a knife, but, you know, this was more of a project where we worked on it together. When he gets old enough, he'll have it. But for now, that'll be his. I don't know if any of these I'll end up keeping. I think my dad will take most of them. That's why I made a few of these. I want to keep one of them just for me. Okay, looks like I got a lot of work.